Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating epilogue, the ultimate vision of how AI is going to completely redefine human resources. Look, if you've been tracking the evolution of workplace tech, you already know we're standing right on the edge of a massive paradigm shift. We're moving way beyond simple automation here, into a space where technology actually reshapes the very culture and resilience of an organization. Sounds a bit impossible, right? Well, let's take a look.
So let's just tackle the elephant in the room right away. Will AI eliminate HR or make it more human? It's the big question we always hit when talking about AI at work, right? The fear is usually that AI is going to automate away the human element, leaving us with this cold, robotic, corporate machine. But the source material we're unpacking today, it actually points to the exact opposite. We're going to see how technology and humanity are about to converge to make HR more profoundly human than it's literally ever been.
Here's our blueprint for today's Explainer. We'll start with the HR paradigm shift, explore empathy and seamless journeys, tackle global scale and ethical governance, redefine the human-AI partnership, and then finally synthesize it all into the ultimate vision.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the HR paradigm shift, moving from reactive to visionary. Let's look at the fundamental transformation happening in the discipline right now.
Think about it. For decades, traditional HR has kind of been boxed into a corner. It's been reactive, putting out fires as they pop up. It's been highly administrative, just buried under a mountain of paperwork. And it's been super siloed, totally separated from the broader strategic goals of the business. But AI-enabled HR flips that entirely on its head. We're talking about a shift toward a force that is strategic, predictive, and beautifully integrated. So instead of just reacting to high turnover, predictive AI actually helps us understand why people might leave way before they actually hand in their notice. It's a total game changer that shifts HR's posture from playing defense to actually being visionary.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, empathy and seamless journeys, redefining the employee experience. Let's see how this shift directly impacts everyday employees.
Now, this is where it gets super interesting. We're looking at this almost futuristic concept of AI empathy engines. I know, the idea of a machine having empathy sounds like a total oxymoron, but it's proving that tech can actually help us maintain those crucial human connections. Now, to be clear, these engines aren't feeling emotions. Rather, they're interpreting employee sentiment with just incredible precision. In today's digital-first, heavily remote work environments, it is so easy for people to feel disconnected or for subtle signs of burnout to just slip through the cracks. AI empathy engines process vast amounts of sentiment data to flag when a team might be struggling. And the whole point is to ensure that human intervention, that vital person-to-person connection, happens exactly when and where it's needed most.
All of this empathy data feeds directly into what the source calls holistic lifecycle orchestration. Think about the typical employee experience for a second. You've got onboarding, performance reviews, promotions, offboarding, and a lot of times, these are totally fragmented stages. They're managed by completely different systems, sometimes even different departments. Well, AI eliminates that fragmentation. By orchestrating the entire life cycle holistically, AI basically weaves every single stage of employment into one unified, seamless journey. The employee doesn't feel like they're just being bounced from one disconnected database to another. They actually feel understood and supported, continuously, from their very first day to their last.
Up next is Section 3, global scale, ethical governance, finding safety in the ecosystem. Let's talk about how we apply these powerful tools securely all over the globe.
So, AI achieves this massive scale through global HR ecosystems. If you've ever helped run a multinational enterprise, you know exactly how incredibly complex it is to maintain a unified company culture while also respecting local nuances. It's tough, but AI effortlessly harmonizes those multinational operations. It can process and adapt to different global standards and sentiments in real time. This ensures absolute inclusivity across borders, all while maintaining that much-needed local adaptability. Basically, it allows an organization to be truly global in its strategy, but hyper-local in its empathy and execution.
Of course, with great scale comes the absolute necessity for ethical AI governance. When you have systems out there analyzing sentiment and predicting behavior, the risks around bias and privacy are very real. No way around that. That is exactly why ethical governance is non-negotiable here. It safeguards fairness and transparency in every single algorithm being used. I really love the phrasing our source material uses for this. It says this governance positions HR professionals not just as administrators, but as trusted custodians of employee data and dignity. Dignity.
That is such a powerful word to use there. It means we're using technology not to surveil or just commodify our workforce, but to actually uplift them and protect their rights in this digital age.
All right, Section 4, the Human-AI Partnership, redefining roles. Let's figure out where exactly the human worker fits into this whole picture.
This brings us to a totally new collaboration model. And listen, it's not about replacement, it's all about elevation. On one side of the equation, AI handles the heavy analytical lifting. Interpreting sentiment, conducting strategic foresight modeling, all those massive data crunches. On the other side, this frees up and empowers human HR professionals to step into their highest possible use. They get to act as the interpreters of those AI insights and the actual architects of organizational culture. AI provides the what and the when, but we humans, we still provide the why and the how.
Armed with those incredible AI insights, HR leaders can dive into strategic foresight modeling to anticipate future challenges. So instead of sitting around asking, wait, why did 20% of our engineering team quit last quarter? HR can actually see the trends forming and ask, how do we support our engineering team right now to prevent burnout next quarter? By getting ahead of these challenges, HR completely stops being a reactive, back-end support function. It transforms into a visionary, strategic partner in enterprise transformation. They're helping steer the entire ship because, well, they can finally see what's coming over the horizon.
Bringing us to our final part, Section 5, the ultimate vision, the convergence of tech and humanity. Let's pull all of this together.
This powerful quote from the source material just perfectly captures the whole transformation we're talking about. AI becomes the ultimate project manager of HR. Just think about what a truly great project manager does. They make sure all the disparate pieces are moving together smoothly, they track the data, they ensure everything is efficient, and most importantly, they free up the creative minds to do the actual creating. With AI orchestrating the data and managing the lifecycle ecosystem, the future of work doesn't just become profoundly more efficient, it becomes humane. It becomes inclusive, and it becomes strategically aligned. AI basically manages the project of HR, so humans can get back to managing the people.
By blending this raw technological intelligence with genuine human empathy, this convergence creates a completely new breed of organization. They become resilient simply because they can predict the storms before they hit. They're adaptive because they seamlessly harmonize with global dynamics. And they're deeply visionary, because leaders are actually freed up to actively architect the future culture of the company.
I'm going to leave you with this final, slightly provocative thought to consider. We've just seen how this technology takes HR from an administrative back end and elevates it right into the visionary core of a business. The capabilities are literally already here, and this paradigm shift, it's well underway. So the real question is your organization prepared to embrace this convergence? Are you ready to let AI step up as the ultimate project manager so your human talent can finally focus on what they do best? Take a hard look at your own systems today and ask yourself where you stand on this journey. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this gave you a clear, structured look into the incredible future of AI-enabled HR. See you next time.